Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment, let me know your thoughts on the case. Now, a drug gang from London that specialised in the dealing of crack used homeless teenagers in order to sell their products. Now, when these teenagers did not do it voluntarily, the gang then used methods from their favourite TV show, that being Top Boy, in order to trap the quote-unquote runners. 31-year-old Abshir Ahmed and his mate, 26-year-old Yasir Hugogi, both from Shepherd's Bush, had made a 19-year-old runner believe he owed a debt that was completely made up. They set him up to fail. Now, Abshir and Yasir were big fans of the show Top Boy, so the two men made up a fake robbery to force the 19-year-old homeless guy to deal the gear for free, and also to give them money that he did not have. That made the homeless teenager believe that he had lost £1,000 worth of crack, and it was all his fault. Now, both men were no strangers to the drug trade, as they have previous convictions for dealing offences. Both Yasir and Abshir were enticed by the culture and also quick money, the get-rich-quick scheme. Now, when the case went to court, it was reported that Yasir and Abshir had used a 6-year-old man's home as a base in North Acton. That man was responsible for storing and also bagging up the product. He was then paid in smoke. Now, when police raided the property, 85 grams of coke was found, worth a street value of £6,000. As for the 19-year-old teenager who was the runner, he was forced to sell the product on Yasir and Abshir's behalf. He was disconnected from his family, he had no money, no support system, no friends and no place to live. So when the dealers gave him a place to rest his head and the promise of a wage, he jumped at the chance. After all, he could clothe, wash and have a hot meal and a place to stay. He was living the dream, so he thought. So the 19-year-old was given £1,000 worth of gear, that being the crack. Yasir and Abshir then set him up and stole the product back. He did not know that he was set up, of course, so he had to go back to the guys and tell them he'd been robbed. Now, the 19-year-old was now working for free and he had sourced £250 and he put that towards the fake debt and gave it to the guys, but of course it was not enough. So the men took the 19-year-old back to his home address and he was forced to tell his parents that he owed a debt, and if he did not pay, bones would be broken. Promises of broken bones were also made to the mum and dad. They then demanded cash. The two men also reaffirmed the fact that they knew their address now and they would come back if the money wasn't paid. The 19-year-old teenager was also used as a tool to test out moves, kicks and jabs during the ordeal. Now, Abshir Ahmed was jailed for 8 years and Yasir Hugogi was jailed for 6 years. Does the crime match the sentence? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe.